problems?
I was out there 11 years ago when the Sabina Park pitch
and it's still not ready.
an abandonment, and they said that lessons would be learned from that. Clearly haven't been. Absolute mess. And cricket's governing body, the ICC, will meet today to decide if any action should be taken against the West Indies following this second test debacle. The game was abandoned after just 10 balls and 14 minutes of play after the outfield this time was deemed unplayable. A third test will now take place at the Antigua Recreation Ground starting tomorrow, and the series extended to 5 matches.
All hands to the pump for a cricket emergency. These were the unprecedented Friday evening scenes at the Antigua Recreation Ground. This the wicket for the third test. The goalposts have been moved to make sure the show goes on in Antigua. The run-ups at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium were more like a goal mouth. Friday the 13th was a fearful day for the West Indies Cricket Board.
Let me first of all apologise to everyone on behalf of the board for this, what can only be described as an embarrassment.
The England players supported the frustrated fans. The ECB pushed for a change of venue in Antigua.
I feel really sorry for the English, British supporters who've come all this way, spent a lot of money, but the important thing is that we're going to play Test cricket and in this island. So I think that's very essential.
This is the ground where England prepared in the main for the second Test match, and during those practice sessions, Andrew Flintoff, amongst others, said it was a shame England weren't playing the Test match here. Now they have got their wish. Tim Abraham, Sky News, Antigua.
Doesn't look exactly luxurious there, but I mean, obviously they've got a pitch. Now, what was the problem? It looked like a sort of long jump pit with all that sand.
Yeah,
what
well, as far as I can understand, this was a ground that was built specifically for the World Cup.
Yeah.
It was built by Chinese contractors, presumably because they would have been cheap. But what the Chinese know about cricket grounds and what sort of facilities you need there, what I understand happened was that they built a huge south stand which blocks out the sun, which means that grass can't grow properly, so that there's always a problem of flooding. So to try and overcome that, they dumped a whole lot of sand all over the outfield, which has actually made matters worse.
Yeah.
And with Test cricket at the moment, you could say fighting for its survival, the West Indies Cricket Board have done Test cricket a huge disservice.
I mean, you need a bucket and spade there rather than a bat, don't you?
Absolutely hopeless.
So
and the players could have told them that.
Yeah, and what about Sir Viv Richards, of course, given his name to that stadium?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, there must be doubts as to whether that ground can be used for international cricket in the future. It really does raise a whole lot of issues that will have to be resolved.